Hello, thank you for joining me. Apologies if I have an occasional croak, but I've actually had 4 days in bed. Not sure whether it's been flu, COVID, or whatever, but fortunately I had sufficient videos made and set up on YouTube to last through till Friday. And I thought, oh gosh, right, well, I can sort one for Friday. I'll go for a walk. We've not done a walking one. So I was going for a little stroll, but then I've got 2 packages arriving, and they are arriving at different times with quite a big time scale given. So I had to kick that into touch. So here I am with the birds in my garden talking. I got to take my car in for its MOT tomorrow, so I will do a walk then. I've not walked for ages and I really need to get back to it. I'm missing it. So I want to talk a bit about responsibility. People complain that they've got too much responsibility, not enough responsibility. But this isn't about responsibility being given to us, but us taking responsibility for ourselves. And I'm beginning with a quote from Marcus Aurelius. I never cease to be amazed at the people that I quote from. He said, if it's not true, don't say it. If it's not right, don't do it. So, what are thoughts about that? Oh, that were so. There would be quite a few people sitting on their hands, not doing anything, with their mouths tightly shut. But then people don't seem to take responsibility for the words that come out of their mouths. They are quite happy to tell lies. And I don't understand when, especially the politicians, to name no names, no countries or anything, but the fact checking that happens, and they just prove to be wrong even as they're speaking. But no, it doesn't matter. On they go. No responsibility. Obviously, they are far more important than we mere minions, and definitely far more important than Marcus Aurelius was. And it's the same with their actions. I've managed to get down to vote this morning. It's just down the lane, so that was a nice little saunter. And I struggled to know who to vote for. But I did, and I always would vote, because I feel that in days of yore, not that long ago, that women, on my behalf and on behalf of so many women, the suffragettes, they fought to get women's votes. So I think even if I'd had to put a coat on top of my nightie and driven the 100 yards down the road, I would have gone, I would have voted. So that's me, but if it's not right, don't do it. How do we always know if something's right? We don't. We often take a risk. Is that the right thing to do? Am I doing the right thing? But very often we do know, but we might think, well, nobody'll notice. I'll just do it. And the saying, they'll probably tell themselves that actually it was all right, nobody noticed, I got away with it. There is a lack of responsibility these days, I feel. And it starts from an early age. I remember working with a little boy. Not so little boy. He was 11 and about to go through from primary to secondary school in UK. And he still could not dress himself. He didn't have any physical difficulties. It's just that his mother had never given him the responsibility for doing it. The class teacher refused to help, and the other children got really cross because everybody had to wait whilst this child couldn't put his shoes on, let alone tie them. So I, as a special needs person, went in and got Mum in as soon as I could. And I said, look, could you tell me what responsibility your son has at home? Oh, he's only a little boy. I said, no, he's not. I said, he's going to be a small fish in a big pond very soon. And that small fish is going to go glug if he doesn't do some accepting of responsibility, getting himself from one place to another rather than always being in the same classroom. So she said, well, he is only little. I said, he isn't. Please, he will be castigated. He will suffer. He will be bullied. And I hated to say that, but it was a fact. So I set her a program that she worked on. I think I'd frightened her, which isn't a very good thing, but not frightened. I'd brought her up sharply to actually consider the situation. And he learnt how to dress himself. And she began getting him to set the table and things like that. I often wonder how he got on in secondary school. We often don't serve our children well by wrapping them in cotton wool and doing things for them. They need not only to accept responsibility, but also to become resilient. So on that note, hoping that the wind hasn't blown my words away, I've got my little fluffy cover on my microphone. I will go inside and see how well it's worked. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. Bye.